Welcome back. Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey broke down in tears when he heard he'd been found not guilty of 9 sexual offences yesterday. The allegations were made by 4 men and covered almost a decade while he was the artistic director of the Old Vic Theatre in London. Here is the actor speaking yesterday after that verdict.
But I'm enormously grateful to the jury for having taken the time to examine all of the evidence and all of the facts carefully before they reach their decision. And I am humbled.
Well, joining me now is top defence lawyer Paul Britton. Paul, thanks so much for joining me. Just quickly, what was your reaction when we learnt the verdict yesterday?
Well, the same as when we always hear verdicts like this as criminal defence lawyers. His team has clearly done a very good job. He gave excellent evidence in court. I've been speaking quite a lot about this recently, and I wasn't too surprised that the wind was kind of blowing in that direction from little tidbits that were coming out of the court.
And in terms of, I guess, what happens next, I think before I get to that, do you think over the last decade, 2 decades, that the way these stories are covered in the lead up to a verdict has changed significantly? And do you think they'll see the pendulum swing back? I mean, I'm talking really about the idea of innocent until proven guilty and whether did that really apply in the past? Does it apply less today? Do you expect the pendulum to swing a little bit back following a couple of cases like this, the footballer Mendy of late?
It's still the same position that you are innocent until proven guilty. What we've seen is in the media is the media doing exactly what they should do. They're reporting on a case that is public that they're allowed to go into. What you didn't see was Mr. Spacey making any statements, his legal team, or any of those that were making the allegations, and that's because they can't really do those sort of things. The Crown prosecution can't do it because they could be drawn into contempt of court and interfering with the proceedings themselves. So he is innocent until proven guilty. None of those parties have said anything. It is just the media doing what's in the public interest and reporting on what's been happening stage by stage. What is Kevin Spacey going to do now? The first step is what he's already done. We just heard there him making a very heartfelt and sincere statement outside Southwark Crown Court yesterday. Yesterday happened to be his birthday, so I can't imagine a better present than what those jurors, after 12 hours of keeping him hanging, decided, which was to acquit him of all the allegations. So yesterday was a very good day for him. It was a very good step to make that statement. There will be other things probably that he's being advised to do as time goes by to start really rebuilding his reputation.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to do, obviously, and I guess for such a publicly high-profile job, one wonders whether that will be possible in full. I guess my question relates to the studios, the employers, and I guess, again, his contracts would have been slightly different to a regular job because of the way you move through. But you could focus on Netflix, for example, who quite clearly decided to react before the verdict and remove him from high-profile shows like House of Cards. Do you think that sort of behaviour should change or will change going forward, or is it quite legitimate? Because just to see charges brought by the CPS is something that requires a high burden in the first place.
Well, I don't know the full details of what Netflix did. I mean, if they've suspended him with full pay, that's one thing. If they've pulled him all together and terminated his contract, then we'll have to look at the particulars of his contract, what his losses are, what his damages are, and he may wish to pursue action against them. Is it desirable? Litigation is quite unattractive, even to his fans. He would probably be best placed to start focusing on positive steps to move forward rather than getting caught up in more litigation.
In terms of his next steps from here, what would you advise him to be doing? And do you think it's possible he'll make a total comeback?
I think we haven't seen the last of Mr. Spacey. He's clearly been cleared of all of these allegations here in the UK yesterday, and he will make a comeback. The first step, as I said, is that statement that he made yesterday. We will be seeing more of him in the headlines, I should imagine. He will probably be engaging in activities that promote what he's been accused of and calling it out and looking for legitimate claims. There's been a lot in the press the last couple of weeks with public figures, is the word that you used, being pulled through the courts but being acquitted, and it's a good message to people that you have to have a bona fide, a genuine claim. You can't simply be jumping on the bandwagon. And the allegations that are being thrown around are that these people have done it for money. Is that the case? We don't know, because they've been unsuccessful.
Yeah, we certainly don't know that aspect. But as you said, the bottom line is Kevin Spacey was acquitted yesterday. Paul Britton, thanks so much for joining us.